passionate about learning. This is something that people professionals need to have, because we need to be developing our skill set to ensure that maybe if we see new opportunities on like different ways of learning, how can we incorporate that into the organization? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia Rebecca Parchment and this is HR Talks with Lish, where we talk all things HR. Join me on my journey to success, from a HR student to hopefully one day becoming a HR professional, with the goal to just strive to the top, get to the top and stay at the top. Guys, if you enjoy my content, please could you just like, could you share, could you subscribe, and could you also click the notification bell so that you are notified every time I post a video. I'm actually trying to consistently post every Saturday at 3 p.m, so watch out for that, guys. And also, guys, if you want to see any specific content from me, please comment down below with any ideas and we can get that rolled out. Like, I want this channel to essentially be for you, so if you got any ideas, please let me know. And without further ado, let's go into this video. So guys, in today's video, we are going to be talking about the CIPD Profession Map. And in this CIPD Profession Map specifically, we're going to be talking about 8 core behaviours that the CIPD have identified as things that you need when you're a people professional in order to empower your organisation and just empower the people around you. So as a HR student, obviously I'm not a professional yet, I'm not an expert, but I believe that this can help you to see what you need to do, how you need to behave in an organization when it comes to being involved in the HR like workforce and profession in general. And literally, like, these behaviors that they've identified, it's been updated. So there was a version in like 2013, then I think there was one in 2017, but now there's a 2020 version, which shows these core competencies in the 21st century and how you can survive as a professional in uncertain circumstances, because it's really essential that we always continue to learn and develop. So the fact that they update these on a regular basis is really great. So I'm going to talk to you about the updated version, the updated behaviors that you could use maybe if you're right now looking for a job or something. I mean, I know right now literally the circumstances are not really good, but let's say in the future you're looking for a job or whatnot and you want to tailor your CV in the right way. Maybe if you include some of these competencies in the way that you write your CV, then professionals might see that and be like, oh, has she been looking at the CIPD Profession Map? Because obviously these are distinct core behaviors that you can use. And also when you're in an interview maybe one day, and if you are talking to someone in HR, literally you could be tailoring your vocabulary to these certain behaviors and showing that this is something that you want to develop. Because if you want to develop these behaviors, then people are going to want to hire you, people are going to want to know who you are, right? So I'm learning, because when I looked at these core behaviors, I kind of knew them because I'm doing a master's degree, yeah, but like the way that they've pointed these ones out specifically, it's not like something that I really knew. So this is why I'm coming here, just to tell you guys like what I know as well. And also in the CIPD Profession Map, it's not just behaviors, it goes over the skills and competencies needed to be a professional. So it talks about like 10 different kind of HR areas. So for example, learning development, employee engagement, there's an 8 other sectors within HR, and then there's different like bands basically that it talks about and how competent you should be in each band. So band 1 would be like from a foundation kind of level to band 4, which is more senior. But for the purposes of today's video, I'm literally just going to talk about the core behaviors that you should have as a HR professional and how you can develop these. So guys, before I go into this video, I also just want to note that when I go through the core competencies and I'm kind of like, are you somebody who does this? Are you somebody who does that? I am not atting anybody like say I'm perfect, because I'm not perfect, and a lot of these core behaviors I'm identifying I need to develop myself as well, 100%, trust me. So as I said, this is a journey, and you're coming along this journey with me, and I am not perfect. So I'm just identifying these because I want to help you as well, to help you to ask these questions to yourself. Are you Are you somebody who has got these behaviors as well, or do you need to develop them? Literally, that's what this video is doing. So guys, let's go into the core behaviors. So the first core behavior that you should have as a HR professional is understanding ethical values. Are you somebody who knows that you need to do the right thing? And by that I mean, like, when you are set with like certain principles or regulations or rules, maybe in a situation, are you ensuring that you stick by these values to ensure that you do good by, for example, if you're in a company, that you do good by the company. It's really important that HR professionals have this standard of ethical values, because literally we are, like, you're looking after employees, you're making sure that things within the company are running smoothly. So if you know what the ethical values are in that company, then you're going to be able to kind of ensure that if things don't look too right, you can, you know, stand up to the challenge and be like, okay, I don't understand why this is going in a certain way. So having you know, knowledge of ethical values and the way ethics work is very essential in becoming a HR professional. Secondly, are you somebody who has personal courage and influence? And by that I mean, are you able to confidently speak up in certain situations and influence others with your views and ideas? This can actually help to ensure that if there's any changes that you want to make, like maybe in an organization, let's say, for example, you can do this. And there might be times where there is resistance to change, but are you somebody who is able to kind of speak up confidently and say, oh, you know what, I don't really see why we're doing this, maybe we should do it like that? It's literally having that skill to communicate in the right way, and also ensure that you're taking other people's views into perspective, so that you can kind of see what the whole situation is saying to make the right informed decision. Third core behavior is, are you valuing people? As people professionals, it's very important that we are valuing people and that they're basically at the center of our decision making process. And by that I mean, are you somebody who allows other people to speak up and like have a voice? Are you listening to other people's ideas? And is this something that you really value and honor, so that you can make sure that, you know, the workplace is very inclusive, where, and what I mean by that is, you know, management and employees are working together to ensure that you can progress and make the company as successful as possible. So the fourth behavior that I want to talk about is, are you somebody who can work inclusively? So people professionals have a duty to make sure that like everyone in the workforce is collaborating and working in an inclusive manner, and that means we need to be like facilitating and ensuring that these conditions are happening in order for working with people and working together can like move forward, so that certain outcomes can be reached in the organization. So is this a quality that you feel like you could have? The fifth point that I want to make is, do you have a commercial drive? In HR, it's very important that you don't just focus on like, you know, the HR kind of related side of things. You also need to have like a business mind and a customer driven approach, which means that you need to kind of have an idea of like the whole business in general, how like, and what it entails. And one important aspect of that is understanding the financial side as well, because a lot of projects that maybe HR may undergo needs to be funded by the financial department. And in order for, you know, for HR to be taken more seriously, like, we need to be understanding these terms, we need to be aware of how these things work in order for HR to be as effective as possible. And my sixth point is, are you passionate about learning? This is something that, you know, people professionals need to have, because we need to be developing our skill set to ensure that maybe if we see new opportunities on like different ways of learning, how can we incorporate that into the organization? How are we going to make sure that we are continuously learning ourselves to be able to contribute and provide for the whole success of the company overall? It's all about opportunities and just taking them, and not having that attitude of, I don't want to do, you know, I don't want to learn more, but having the drive to learn. My seventh point is, are you somebody who is insights focused? And what I mean by that is, if there is any like, you know, problems that like occur in the organization or anything, are you somebody who will ask questions and then maybe use like evidence, so maybe evidence-based approach to then make sure that you can find certain insights to solve those problems. Like, people professionals are people who need to be solving problems on a constant basis because there's always issues probably, you know, in the workforce. So are you somebody who is able to do that? And finally, are you somebody who's good at situational decision making? And by that, I mean, are you somebody who, if there's a situation that takes place, you identify like the context that it's in and you make decisions based on that situation? So instead of a one size fits all approach where like you've just got one kind of way that you deal with things, are you somebody who is able to look at the situation and deal with it in an effective manner? Because this way allows people professionals to ensure that, you know, they are solving problems and situations for certain individuals that suits their needs. So are you somebody who could maybe do this? So guys, that is the 8 core competencies that the CIPD have identified as really important if you want to be successful in the HR you know, profession. And yeah, I think I might make a part 2 on this video showing, or well, telling you like how you can develop these in different situations and environments, because obviously I'm a student, I don't work in HR right now, as I said. So like there's probably other ways that you can kind of develop, well, there definitely is other ways you can develop these skills now, so that when you do go into workforce, like it's something that hopefully will come naturally to you if you want to be a HR professional. And also guys, if you're not HR professionals or you're not even trying to go down that route, I hope that these behaviors that I have identified can help you in some way, shape or form, because I do believe that they're quite generic and a lot of these skills are useful anywhere. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and tell me what you want to see from me as well. But yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video.